Okay, so here we are back at it, week 8. Here is Isidro putting some more rides on her. We're just still walk trot here. And I get her ready. I do all her groundwork. And then he rides her for me. Because he's pretty busy all day working other horses. And I am not a colt starter. So I like to do all the prep stuff. I don't like to do the riding part. So I let Isidro do it so they have the best possible chance of having a good experience. And she's always been great with a rider. Like she doesn't mind a rider at all. She's really pretty okay with a person being up there. So really, really happy with how she's handling that. She looks relaxed. She's starting to steer a little bit better. Her go button is better and all those things. So you could see her really listening to him. I like that a lot. Her ears are kind of on him. She's not really focused with things going on outside, which is all good things. So, cute little mover that she is. And I really like that. That was a pretty darn good turn for such a green horse. She's really learning to follow that. And that comes back to all the groundwork, right? Like she really has learned to follow the feel of that halter, respond to the pressure of the halter. She got a little distracted there, came right back to him. This is the direction she likes to go better. She doesn't really like to go left very much. So I've done tons and tons of work on the ground going left because of that. So I'm just kind of putting some clips in here. This video was kind of long. There was a lot that happened this week. She's really doing a lot. You can see he's getting her to stop and disengage when he stops her. And then that was fantastic. I mean, for such a green horse to be able to steer so well is really quite exceptional. So super pleased with that. And then he asked her to stop there, and she just focused on him. She's not really worried about him. She's not grabbing her ass. She's not doing anything like that, which is fantastic. I do like that she has zero desire to like buck or anything with a rider or even really spook. She hasn't spooked with a rider at all. The biggest issue we have with her is periodically she still seems very feely when you cinch her up, and she'll explode. That hasn't happened for a little while, but she was really reactive to things tightening around her middle section. So I've worked tons and tons and tons on that, and that is going away. But she does have some fear of the saddle. So here we are doing some liberty work, which has done really well for her. I do have, like, you can see the lead rope. I have it tied on her. I'm teaching her to come and pick me up at the mounting block because before I ride her, I like to get on from the mounting block. I don't like to get on from the ground. And so I teach them all to pick me up there. And the other struggle I have with her is keeping her focus on me on the ground here. So I'm happy that she's eating there because when she gets really worried, she just kind of clams up and doesn't want to eat. And so here I am kind of asking her to not block me. So you can see how she kind of blocked me. And so I kind of tapped her bum and said, move that butt over. And then she went that direction, which is what I wanted to go because I was trying to ask her to go that way and said she blocked me and she likes to block that right side. She's more worried on her left side, but she likes to block the right side. So it's just information. I really want her to listen to me. Like I can observe and understand that she's worried about that side, but I really need her to listen to me. So I moved I think, camera a little bit here because she's very much wanting to be by the gate. And then when she goes to the right, she just takes off loping. I struggle to get her to lope left. She really kind of fights me on it. And then when she went right, she's kind of took off. So when they do that, I don't just let them run. I stop them. I want them to wait and listen to me. And when I ask them to go faster or slower or should not change speed unless I ask them, it's really important. It's going to translate under saddle to where she's not going to bolt or do anything. She's always going to wait and listen to me. And so here you could see she was really confused. I had to kind of give her some pressure. She says, hey, last time I went that way, you made me stop. But the only reason I made her stop was she took off. I don't let him take off ripping around crazy. The round pin for me in lunging is not to wear them out or get their wiggles out or do anything like that. It is a training experience. Whenever a human is present, the horse should be focused, and this is a training, exercise. This is a training situation, and they need to be focused on me and waiting for me. So I don't care that she stopped kind of on the fence there. She didn't really yield, and so I just corrected her, and then I rewarded her for that. And so the round pen is such an amazing area for you to kind of diagnose and treat behavioral things that are going on. So here, working on this Liberty draw, she really does like this Liberty stuff. And I'm asking her to come to me, and I would like her to come and pick me up at the mounting block. We've done this, of course, on the line. This is just the next step. If you had seen some of the earlier videos, I did do this on the line and taught her to do it on the line. And now I'm transitioning to doing it with the rope around her neck. And then later I will do it with nothing on her at all. And so that's the kind of progression. I really like the kind of muscle definition she's starting to get. She's starting to get some muscle, which is great. And so I'm just kind of showing her what I want. I rewarded her for coming up to me. And then I'm asking her to move over with the whip, and that was lovely. That was really a good try for her. This is quite typical that when you are having them pick you up like that, they don't present their side to you very well. And so we had to work on getting her more lined up on her side. And then I'm just showing how nice she is. Like, she's just so quiet and getting super broke now with leading and just kind of being everywhere. And I'm just so happy with how relaxed she is starting to become. Here I am grooming. This is a big deal where she's learning how to be curried and me touching her all over. You kind of have to teach them to be okay with being curried, because at first they're like, I don't know if I can trust that. And then later they're like, oh my gosh, that feels so good. So same thing, you could really see her great muscle definition and all of that. Sorry, somebody just sent me a text message and it popped up, but I got distracted. So she loves, she's very itchy under her mane there, so I kind of took advantage of that. And I'm just beginning to be able to brush down her legs, which was kind of a big deal because she was a little feely. She's just starting to kind of let her defenses down and trust and enjoy all of this. And she does quite love being primped and have her mane brushed and being loved on. And then here I am picking her feet up. I believe it's the first time I've actually cleaned her feet out, tied up, and picking her feet up. You can see she's a little bit worried about it, but she kept it together, which is great, because she's like, "What are you doing to my foot?" I really want to get her a trim, and so she has to get much better at this for me to be able to get her trimmed. Sorry, I don't keep getting notifications. I literally need to shut those off because they're so distracting for me. Anywho, I just wanted to show that, yeah, she did pretty good. She's just a little bit worried, but she's trusting me, and she got a little wiggly, but she didn't rip her foot out or anything. She was just kind of trying it out, like, this is interesting. I've tied her foot up. I've done all kinds of stuff to prep her for this because she was pretty reactive to having her feet picked up. Along with, those are the two biggest things for her, is something around her middle and then having her feet picked up, as well as she kind of loses focus. So we've been working a lot on that. And then now I'm doing back feet. Now she's tied up, and I'm going to be working on using this rope to pick up her back feet. I just want to kind of show you what that looks like. I don't pick up the foot until they're okay with this rope going up and down, up and down, up and down. That's really important. And then I'm going to ask her, I'm going to pull the foot forward. That's also very important. You see, she's just super bracy, and I had to really pull pretty hard. But that's also very important to pull it forward, so less likely to kick you while they're learning to have their leg touched and all that. See how she's like, ooh, that tickles a little bit. And she's like, I don't know how I like that. She wasn't really terrible though. I think she kicked a couple times, and then she was just like, oh, okay. So it wasn't bad. So what I do is I pull a little bit of pressure until she relaxes and stops pulling on me. Do you see how I'm pulling on that? I'm pulling back at her, and then when she stops moving, then I stop moving. I call that matching energies. It works really well with training. You kind of up your energy and match your energy a little bit. And then when they relax, you relax. And so they start to figure that out pretty quickly. And so there, that was really good. And then I pick up her foot and take the rope off. And she was like, huh, what were you doing over there? So that was pretty good. So I did that like every time when I was grooming her. And then until I felt comfortable enough where she just didn't react anymore. And then that's how I know she's okay for me to pick up with my hand. This is another day. Instead of riding her, like I said, I do the groundwork and get her prepped and ready and saddled. Sometimes he helps me saddle her. She can be a little wiggly when she's being saddled, which makes me nervous because I have short arms. But she's getting better with that as well. And I took her mane out. Her mane's just been something interesting for me to deal with because it's kind of thin and long. And so braiding it is a chore. So I have decided to just leave it out and periodically brush it and just French braid it. And that seems to work really, really well. So it's a very fine mane and very, very long. So, but I really like how she is, starting to circle. Like she's looking a little more broke here, which is great. And I love how she's just kind of following Isidro. She's just really does latch on to people. She likes to be in the company of people or horses. So here we took her to the Equus Film and Arts Festival in Albuquerque. I used her as a demo horse. And so this day my mic worked. So I'm going to let you hear that for a minute. Okay, so this is Sandia. Sandia is my Mustang Magic mare. So I picked her up in September. Started with her about the third weekend in September. And she will compete at the Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo. It's like an Extreme Mustang Makeover in January. Because I don't want him to get in that habit, right? Good. So you can do both. Like I don't like to limit myself and have like this ideal that I have to make everything fit in this box. Okay, and then I let this nice gentleman use her in his demo. He didn't have a horse, and he had a demo to do. He's a old cowboy from New Mexico. He had quite a nice feel about him. I'm not sure. I mean, he doesn't know us, so a lot of what he's doing, like I had already done extensively with her. But it was a good demo horse for him to use. She's safe. Like she's not going to hurt him or anything. She's a good girl, and she's such a weird Mustang in that she has never had any stranger danger. Like she just treats all humans the same. It's quite interesting. So he kind of worked with her a little bit with the flag. He did some leading by the front foot, which I'd also done with her. I think he may have thought that when I was trying to pick up her feet using solely positive reinforcement that I hadn't picked up her feet yet, but I had picked up her feet. And he put this slicker on her, which she'd never seen before. I mean, of course, she's had tarp work and she wears a blanket every day. So once she got over wearing a blanket, I almost feel like every makeover horse should learn to wear a blanket because it really gets them broke on having things thrown over them every day. So that was quite nice. She was just so not bothered by this slicker. It's just kind of, she's just kind of looking around like, are we done yet? I want my lunch. This is something that he did that I thought was quite clever. And I'm asked myself, why have I never done this? Put things on them and do the follow a feel exercise with the stuff on them, which I thought was great. I don't know why I've never done that. I've done this exercise so many times, but I never considered actually putting something on them that was scary and having them change eyes that way. Like it just seems to make sense. I mean, other than the saddle, I've done it with the saddle on, but I'm probably going to start implementing that because you get to learn something new from everybody if you watch them. And this is like a smart little thing that I hadn't considered and makes total sense. So definitely will start to use that. So she's such a sweet, good girl. I was very proud of her. And then this day, my mic didn't work. I was trying to video with my DSLR camera, and I didn't hook up the mic correctly. So what I was doing this day was showing she's completely at liberty, and I'm kind of nagging her because she left. And so I kind of nagged her, and then I asked her to come back and stop. I'd like her to stop in the middle where the pan is. I'm feeding her in the pan. Excuse me. just to show us, demonstrating how I feed in a pen, for especially these newer wild Mustangs, so they don't need to feel anxiety about taking food from my hand. I want to remove that until I build more trust with them. My demo was about using positive reinforcement with Mustangs. And here I'm trying to get her to pick up her foot at Liberty, just be more willing about it, which I'm going to keep doing because she's very much stiff about picking up her front feet, which is a worry thing, right? They're worried. That's why she's not giving me her foot very willingly. So super proud of her being a demo horse at this new venue, and look to seeing you guys next week on week 9.